Hello and welcome back to the second episode of Spoiler Alert Podcast. I'm Alex and I'm here with
Sam,
Sam, radio voice again.
the Jones.
All he has to say is one word and he's got a radio voice.
Oh, it's radio voice.
We didn't do it last week, so we're going to plug. You can follow me on Twitter at thatguy_Alex.
And follow me on Twitter at SpoilerAlert71. Mostly Star Wars memes. But you'll find me.
Mine is just, I don't even know. Mine's just a normal Twitter feed, to be honest with you.
I'm basically an NPC. Oh no.
Oh no. He is. That's what he is. I've already lost track. Last week we spoke a lot about films. We had a lot of films to talk about because we messed up the first ever episode. So that was quite jam packed.
This week is going to be Bay-ridden because someone left.
Yeah, I went to Portugal for the weekend. But however, I think because we have less to talk about, we can talk more in depth about those things. And so it won't be so like, let's talk about this, then this, then this, then this, like it was last week, which I thought was alright. It was fun.
In-depth hour with Sam and Alex.
Yeah, we'll talk in depth. We were just having a rant before we went on. We're not going to talk about it here, but just so you know, if there is a bit of animosity, not between us, but in general, we're both a bit pissed off, I think is the good word to use. So, yeah, welcome back, episode 2, good times. What are we talking about today, Sam? What have you done this week since Tuesday?
Well, my friends came over. They stayed in my house. Watched the first Blade Runner.
Where did they sleep?
In my room. First Blade Runner, and then half of Blade Runner 2049. I had to go home then. Then I watched Venom and Bad Times at the El Royale with them in the cinema. Venom was my third time I watched them, because I enjoyed Venom. Critics can go F themselves, because critics are the gay.
I read something, sorry, but while you were on Venom, it was a good meme actually. Said any character that needs normal speech,
Tom Hardy's.
and Tom Hardy.
It's a Drake meme.
Yeah, it's good. I enjoyed that. Sorry, go on.
And Bad Times at the El Royale, which will be discussed later on. Also, there's other things that will be discussed on this show.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you, I haven't watched any films this week.
Yeah, he was too busy drinking because he's an alcoholic.
I was on.
He just needs to admit it.
I was on a stag do. I'm the best man, so it was a point of I cannot turn up, so I had to turn up, and I looked after a man-sized baby for 3 days, which was great. Went with my uncle and another friend, and of course the stag to be, or the was it groom to be? Sorry, I was about to say bride to be, but he's I saw that guy naked so many times. He's definitely not a bride to be. However, the bride has not got a lot to brag about.
Of course.
I saw his ass smiling at me so many times, Sam. That guy got naked more than 10 times. And I'm not just saying like naked in front of us. We were all listening to a live band in the street, in the middle of the street of Old Town, and we went to Albufeira in Portugal. What a shithole, I'm not gonna lie to you.
It's all a shithole, it's Portugal, fam.
It was a different experience, actually, but we'll get on to that. For one of the nakedness, he pulled his trousers down, and some guy was dancing in front of the singer, and he had his member out, like
Tackle,
fully
yes.
exposed,
Tackle.
and he was slapping it against this guy's back. This other bloke didn't know. Somehow he got his penis into someone else's pocket. He put it in someone's back pocket and was walking around behind them with his dick in their pocket.
Was this a local Portuguese man?
No, this is the stag. This was the stag.
Oh.
Yeah, he got naked so many times. He was on the diving board. He was on a 36-hour bender, this guy was. I stopped drinking and then started again. But he got on top of the diving board, got naked, jumped in the pool in front of everyone. The police turned up.
Were they children?
Yes.
Oh, God, they were children.
The thing is, though, you think about it this way, right? We reasoned that. No one was complaining about it. Only the bar staff. Now, because we were in a ratty hotel, which actually turned out to be quite nice, that is advertised heavily to stag and hen do's. And a lot of the regulars there were saying that, there's people that go there, and at the height in June and July, and they're pissing in the pool and they're throwing literal shit around. So this was quite tame in comparison to what recent months have been. So if you're going to bring your kids to a place like this after reading the reviews, I suppose you're digging your own grave, aren't you? Not that I'm saying getting nude in front of a kid is good or anything, but anyway, the Portuguese police turned up. The stag pissed himself, like literally sat there and weed. He was smiling while
They
he was doing
had
it.
guns.
Yep.
Probably.
No, yeah, something else happened actually with the police.
Oh no.
One of the stag's brother was dressed up as a 6 foot tall penis, and he was humping with his head, like he was on the floor, humping a donut rubber ring, and the police turned up. And they slapped him across the head. Okay, fair enough. And then the other one with his steel toe cap boots kicked him, like proper laid into him. So some really real good police brutality there. Unfortunately, we'd all stopped filming at that point because we were all laughing too much. So he got up, and Rick, his name is, he was like, did it just hit me? Because we had a few beers in us, so we're like, yeah. And the Portuguese police, they were telling him, this is Portugal, this is not England. You have some respect and stuff. Respect? You just laid into my pal.
You're a shit Spain, Portugal.
But the worst thing is they were expecting us to kick off because the guy that was stood in front of me and a friend I made who looks a lot like Ed Sheeran, I'll show you a picture later, was tapping his holster. He was tapping his gun. He wanted to take that gun out of the holster. It was proper aggressive. Like when they turned up to arrest the stag the first time, they come with helmets on and they had their batons ready and stuff. They were looking for a fight. I think they hated tourists.
That's the thing. When England fans go on like tour, they always say the police provoke them into violence because that's what they do. The police want to fight. They want to beat up a foreigner.
When we went in June as a collective, didn't we?
Yes.
It was a different experience to this, not just because of the blatant alcoholism that was going on and the merrymaking, but because I felt like I wasn't with a local in our friend. We saw a different side of it because she kept us kind of away from that stuff, didn't she? I believe she did a really good job in that respect. So when I went out there, we were all just kind of on our tot, just doing our thing. When those two run-ins with the law out there, it's insane, man. It makes you realise how lucky we are to have a system that we do, where the police can't come up to you.
Unless you got a butter knife in you. Oh my God, you're right there. Get all right there.
But when they come up to you, they can't come up to you and kick you in the ribs with steel-toe gap boots for having a laugh.
Some should.
Oh, I don't know. Not if you're dressed as a giant penis. If you can argue with someone, have an actual argument with someone dressed as a cock, you're not right. You're lacking a sense of humour. Your humour level has deteriorated. You've had a shit life. Your paper round has been uphill, and there's not much else to say about that. Anyway,
Imagine in London, yes, if a little chav is speaking, oh, yeah, look at me, fucking police, to a police officer, and a police officer just giving a dig in the rib. Do you think that chav is going to speak shit to a cop again?
Yeah, definitely.
Then they're going to get another jab in the ribs. He's going to keep getting jabbed in the ribs until they are broken and beaten, and he's going to be like, oh!
I do not agree any type of violence like that. I firmly believe that the police here, although outrageous,
Butter knife.
They might have just said, look, just calm down a bit. They wouldn't have kicked him and hit him and provoked him into violence, which they really wanted to do. Obviously, and I think probably they probably would have been happy to have a photo with him just as a giant willy.
Is that white speech?
I don't know. But anyway,
our police are pretty egregious in Britain, let's be honest.
Oh, I don't
when
know.
it comes to freedoms, not violence.
I don't know, but just
That's just
those
how government as a
Portuguese
whole,
police
really.
officers, well, when we asked them for their badge number, they all of a sudden couldn't speak English properly, and they couldn't have got out there quicker. They wouldn't give us badge numbers or nothing. EU law.
Underlay.
Yeah, basically they went, oh, badge number, what do you want for that? And they left then, and it was like, oh, well, great. No badge numbers. We did take the number plate, but again, we were all quite tipsy, so nothing happened after that. But
so
just
EU
the fact
law.
that EU law says that every EU country has to provide, like their police officers have to provide their badge number when asked, name and badge number, and they did not. They literally impeded on our rights. This is an entertainment podcast, and I'm having a fucking political rant. Anyway, I want to move on for this.
War
So
with
no
Portugal
more on that.
now.
Yes, invade the Portuguese, our oldest ally, soon to be our greatest enemy.
To be fair, what have they done for us when we've been an ally? They've given us a small shitty island in World War II.
You know what? Their food isn't even that good.
No, Spanish food is better.
Yeah. Actually, no, I just don't like tapas, I don't think. I just don't like tapas that much.
I don't like the thought of having a big thing in the middle of the table and you pick stuff off. It's like, I order my food, you order your food.
Yeah.
But
I think that's like
And if it's a
I think
buffet, that's fine.
I think that's something else.
Tapas is tapas
No, I
is
know.
like
I
that.
mean, like, as in the company, I've learned very much like to share things. There is a communist community growing in Swansea at my house.
Let's expand.
It's all right. I mean, it's just a little. Everyone wants us to all chip in for toilet roll, and I'm very much. I want to buy my own ass wipe. Thanks.
Look at this disgusting capitalist.
Yeah. Anyway, I want to move on from that. Right, Sam, I have a question for you. Well, it's more of a
trap's gay.
query. Right,
Yes,
they're bringing out a
totally
new
gay.
£50 note. Did you know that?
Mm-hmm.
And we are allowed to vote who is going to be on it. Who would you put on it?
Oh, I've got to think about this one.
I know who I'd put on it.
Who?
Bob Ross. He's American. I don't care. He is a global treasure. A global treasure.
We know the public is going to vote on the meme thing, or they're going to vote on David Attenborough. So it's going to be a meme or David Attenborough.
Yeah, it'd be a meme or David Attenborough.
So yeah, David Attenborough
Could just go with the NPC.
or a meme. It could be the NPC, yeah.
What would you? So, David, you would put David Attenborough
I
on.
wouldn't put David Attenborough on it.
So who would you
He's
put on it?
made some nature documentaries.
Yeah, he's still a national treasure, though, isn't he?
He is a national treasure, but Sean Bean. Nah, not Sean Bean. He left us. He left us season 1. Come on.
I say we have Nick Frost and Simon Pegg.
2 people.
Yeah,
Ooh,
both of them.
that's a bit risky.
Like putting their hands over each other, arms over each other.
I say George Washington.
Johnny Vegas. Johnny Vegas.
George Washington.
Okay.
He did more for Britain than Britain has ever done than anyone else.
What? Like what? Lose to the French a lot
Made the freest ally we have.
and lose to the French a lot
He won against Britain, no?
with the French's help.
Yeah.
France.
It
France,
just seems a
please help.
trend. We just
Please.
lose to Britain all the time.
Please, France, please help us. We can't do it on our own. Please. That's how it went. America, right? You need fucking France to help you, bro.
There's also winning regardless.
Nah. There's a lot of history to that, dude. Right? We only had 30,000 soldiers.
Only
Redcoats there.
30,000?
Yeah.
We could have taken a continent with 30,000.
against a nation, like a whole nation in arms.
Half of them was still British supporters. We just didn't rally them enough. What we did, yeah, was what we said. There's a bunch of black people in America, obviously back then.
Really? I
Slaves.
didn't know that.
What we did, we always said to them, "You fight for us. You're free. You're free to go."
The thing is,
They fought for us,
we banned
and we lost.
slavery in Britain.
Yeah.
It
So
was outlawed, so it was crazy that in the colonies it was still a thing.
in our attempt, we would have given them freedom
What's
as well.
going on with this podcast, though? Like, no, not like it hasn't. Like, I mean, we're talking about EU, talking about Portugal. Now we're talking about slavery.
Yeah.
You know what? We need to move away from this. Right, we'll have this discussion afterwards. As interesting
But
as it is,
I wanted. Can I finish?
can you substantiate? I think we need to talk about films and games
But
and TV because I feel like we're in.
we would have given them freedom, but then America decided to win and then keep them enslaved until
something
1867 or something.
like that.
So
End of the Revolutionary War. Not Revolutionary War. Civil War.
it was the revolution.
Someone let us know because
It was Abraham Lincoln. Yeah.
Abe Lincoln. Anyway, right, we need to talk about stuff that people are here to actually listen to. I'm assuming.
3 or 4 people. Yes.
Yeah, all 2 of you.
Hey, podcasts can range from history to entertainment.
I
Is that our fault?
suppose.
Have you been seeing history buffs in your YouTube recommended
They're
feed?
quite good.
I've never watched them, and
Yeah,
they
they're good.
keep getting recommended to
They're
me.
good.
Like, I don't care about the history of 300. I just want to watch men kill other men on
Men
screen.
in pants with abs.
Yeah, Zack Snyder's
big
totally not
shields.
gay.
Zack Snyder. Right. So, I just want to say one more time, Star is Born is an absolutely amazing film. Have you not seen it yet?
I'm watching it today, planning on
Are you? Who are you going with?
my known.
Really?
Do you want to come with me?
No, I won't go to bed.
So I'm going on my known then.
Because I've been up for the last 30 hours. Not slept
Fucking amateur.
at all. No, I would, but again, I've just been, man. I'm sorry. I'm tired. I'm going to go to bed.
He's been spending too much time staring at his future brother-in-law's dick.
To be honest with you, that is burnt into my retina. That is, it's a shame. So yeah, I think the start of Lady Gaga's career for that film, absolutely brilliant. She's a great actor. I honestly think she is.
Tris.
And she's pretty as well. She's not weird in it.
Yeah, and Ian
The-
McKellen was pretty good in that film.
Sorry, what
Ian McKellen was pretty good in that film too.
was
Oh
he?
wait, no, it's Bradley Cooper in it.
Bradley Cooper. That's right. Bradley Cooper was amazing in that film. I've been recommended another one's called Limitless or something. Another Bradley Cooper film which I gotta watch. About like there's a drug that completely gives you complete clarity.
And Control.
Yeah, so he's like down on his like author, and he takes this drug, and then obviously gets like complete clarity. So that's something I want to. I'm really into Bradley Cooper now at the moment because he was.
He has a massive hard on for
I
Bradley
have a
Cooper.
man crush for Bradley Cooper, right?
So does
Bradley
Craig.
Cooper. Does he?
Yes, he does.
He was. He was so infectious doing that film. He was absolutely phenomenal, Sam. If he does not get, he's Oscar worthy. If fucking Infinity War, when did that come out? Was last year? Wasn't it?
This year.
This year. If in Infinity War, right, get Best Picture or something, I don't fucking shit.
It deserves it.
I got shit on this table as well.
It was a great film, that Infinity War.
Yeah, but you shouldn't get it over a Star is Born. A Star is Born's amazing.
Does A Star Is Born have 4?
And you know what it does have?
What?
That's Bradley Cooper.
No, but so does
It could be
Infinity War.
4. He could be 4.
So does Infinity War.
Yeah, but you know what, right?
He's
It
Rocket
looks like-
Raccoon, bitch.
It looks like you're watching two people actually fall in love on camera, which you'll see tonight. And that is one of the biggest compliments I believe
We
you
saw
can give.
Thor and Groot become friends.
Either way, that's one of the biggest compliments you can pay an actor, can't it? You know what I mean? Like, it looks like
You
someone's-
can act well. Yes.
Yeah, no, but it's
Oh,
not
thank
just
you, mate.
acting well. It's you can act, but you look like you're not acting. Sometimes even when an
So you can
actor's-
act well.
even sometimes when actors are acting, even if they're phenomenal, you just know, oh, this is so unrealistic. You know, they're playing the part well, but this is quite unrealistic. That's not what.
You're fighting giant robots. You're so
No, but
unrealistic
it's-
acting.
But when you look at like
Nick
on
Cage.
Titanic, you look at Rose and Jack fall in love. You look at it, you think like no one actually falls in love like that, do they?
No rich woman
It's-
would fall in love with a poorer man.
Yeah.
Come on, Alex.
No, but it's not that. It's not messy enough. It's too like fall into my arms. But this is quite. It's amazing. It's not just a love story of it. It's the subplots. You know,
But
Gaga's character. You know, obviously she's quite typecasted for it because obviously she's a pop star herself. However, the whole commentary on the industry and how it changes. You know, musicians and stuff is brilliant, and then there's that divide between old and new music as well, which you see in the two characters, and it is brilliant. Honestly, I cannot stop thinking about this film.
what Titanic is,
It's a big ship.
No,
Sunk.
I watched Titanic 2 on the weekend. I'll get to that.
Titanic 2.
Yeah.
Oh Christ. Okay.
Um,
Can't wait for that.
And
Titanic. The ship's so good. They did it again.
they basically did. They just built a new one, and guess what?
That one.
It sunk.
It's like, whoa! Spoilers. Fucking hell. Christ.
Shit, I made a bit too loud there.
But oh yeah, Titanic. That went well the first time. No, we'll do. We will another boat.
A
Another big
tidal
ship,
wave.
and we'll call it Titanic. No, nay, Titanic 2. Yes, boys.
But Titanic was to show a big love thing. It's explosive love. It's not meant to be slow. Falling in love. It's
Slow burner.
explosive. It's passionate. It's draw me like your French girl kind of stuff.
I don't know. There's you know what the point I'm getting at though. It's like there's some films you watch, and it's like love. That is not what it looks like. I've never seen it. Huh?
I'm never gonna let go, Jack.
Yeah.
Let's go immediately.
Oh, I don't know about that. That was quite a sad scene, to be fair. But like, just sometimes you could see actors, and you know, right, fair enough, they're doing good, but it doesn't feel like two people actually falling in love. You can see that there's that forced act in there, isn't it? But it does feel natural. You're watching it and you forget that you're watching a film. Every time I watch a film, I know I'm watching a film, obviously. For this, I forgot. I thought I was watching two. Like, I felt like I was there with these two people, watching them, their lives unfold before them. You're smiling at me, but when you go to see it, I honestly think, except everyone I've spoken to about it, everyone who's seen it has shared the same ideas with me. I think it's absolutely amazing, and the soundtrack's brilliant. You can imagine Bradley Cooper as a rock star as well. Plays it so well. Like I say, you can imagine Gaga as a pop star, you know. No, I could never do that. She wouldn't make it in that industry, would she? Gosh, she's too plain and her nose is too big, which you'll get when you watch the film.
Jack, I'll never go see Chris Hemsworth in another boat going past. Fucking yeet!
What's
Over here, woo!
what's the actress name? Winslet, isn't it?
Kate Winslet, yeah.
Oh, Kate Winslet, isn't it?
She's a natural predator. Alex.
She's a natural predator.
Whoa! Baseless accusations. I know she's in Hollywood where basically 100% of them are sexual predators.
Basically, yeah. But yeah, Star is Born. I can't wait for you to watch it and tell me what you think. I reckon you're going to go in there wanting to dislike it just to fuck with me. But
I probably will.
You're going to come out and you're going to have to admit, all right, that's quite a good film.
Or-
Whether you think it's as good as I'm saying it is or not, you will not think it's a bad film.
You know I don't like musicals.
It's not really a musical.
Like,
It's just, so it sets itself up like it is a musical, but at the same time, it's not the typical musical.
every time I walk in the house and they're watching The Greatest Showman, which has like 30% on Rotten Tomatoes, and it's the greatest film ever. I'm like, no, it's not.
No, but the thing is, that is a musical, isn't it? But this,
Yeah.
the storytelling, it's intertwined with the music, obviously, because what you're watching on screen, you know, artists write about their lives, don't they? Like, they make music about happenings in their lives. So
Unless they're modern pop artists.
well, exactly, and see, this is what the film touches upon. So you can see that Jackson Marsh or something, but the character, Bradley Cooper's character, he's damaged, he's an alcoholic, and all of his songs are very much about that, like The Shallow and Times Are Changing or something. That's brilliant songs that actually make me feel something. Right. Anyway, so tell us a bit about Titanic 2.
Titanic 2 is a meme film. It's on Amazon Prime, so if you really want to watch
Oh, is it on Amazon Prime?
Mhm.
I'm gonna watch it.
watch it. It's so memey, it's ridiculous. The concept is it's a crappy D movie. I wouldn't put in a B movie category.
D movie.
Yeah, where they build a second Titanic. Now,
Really?
mm-hmm.
That a spoiler? You just spoiled the whole film.
It's the start of the core message, fam.
Can't
The
believe
core.
that. I'm not gonna watch it now.
Okay.
Oh well. Anyway, go on. Go for it. It's an old film. Spoil away.
And they're warned that, oh, you should watch out for icebergs. Really?
Oh my god.
The Titanic ship
You
called
know
the
what that
Titanic
is?
2.
You know what that is? That's a callback to Titanic 1.
Yeah.
Sam. That's links. That's amazing. That's
Amazing
absolutely
link.
amazing. That's great.
Remember,
writing.
ship captains, watch out for icebergs. It's very important you do not ram into a bulkhead of ice.
Did they talk about having enough lifeboats as well?
I don't think they have enough lifeboats
Oh.
because some gets destroyed in the ensuing tidal wave.
Wow.
It's a tidal wave, Alex.
Wow.
It's not an iceberg.
That's a spanner in the works, isn't it?
Mm.
Christ.
It's caused by someone dropping
What
a thermal flask and an iceberg falls into the bloody ocean, causing a tidal wave, which apparently goes 800 miles per hour. That's very fast.
No one would have survived that.
But Titanic would have just crumbled
Yeah. So what happened then? Tidal wave hits it.
at 800 miles per
What
hour.
do they do? How do they deal with that?
There's a guy that goes around punching everyone.
Nice punchy guy.
He became an instant.
Punchy.
So he starts punches, starts causing panics by elevators, by starting to rush through. People going, we need to get up, and everyone starts rushing in, so people
And
getting
he's
crushed.
punching people.
Yeah, he's just a maniac. When they didn't allow him to get in an elevator, so he died. Must have.
That's not fair, is it? He's just a bit scared.
Mm.
Punchy guy.
You punched one person in fear before.
Death.
You did.
Death.
Death is the penalty. Drowning is the execution.
What about my rights? This is a democracy. Democracy is non-negotiable.
And then we got in the end, there's a woman and a man in the closet. Yeah, because they're outside the rooms, filling with water, and they're stuck in there because there's somebody against the door.
Oh God!
They've only got one wetsuit,
Just
with
like in
oxygen
Titanic
tank
1 when he gets.
chained to the radiator.
Oh my God!
And there's only one wetsuit.
Oh,
Woman's
no.
wearing it.
Oh really?
And he gets, all right, it's going to take 30 minutes for people to get here. So that means when they arrive, all you have to do is resuscitate me. Now, this is freezing cold water where he cannot breathe.
For 30 minutes.
Yes.
You're
And
dead within 5, boy.
He's just like boop, boop, boop. Oh! No, he doesn't. I don't think he gets resuscitated at the end, but
Well, no surprise. Half an hour is a long time to be dead.
by that logic, he should have survived. Oh, it's just...
Wow. Titanic 2 must have been an alternate dimension.
Don't watch it on your own, because it'll be painful. But if you watch it with friends, it'll be memey.
Any games you can play with? Any drinking games?
Every time you see something terrible,
Oh, so you just kind
you're gonna
of
die.
plastered the whole film then.
Yes.
Tell us about Bad Times.
Bad Times at
Recommend
the
it
El
to us.
Royale.
Because I haven't seen it either. So you need to recommend it now, Sam.
Very recommended. Kevin Bridges in that film is
Does he
Oscar
play the
worthy, I would say.
priest? Or
The priest. Oscar worthy. What I will say, they got a person who sings in it, and every chance they get to have that person sing, they get it, they take it.
But is that a good thing?
She's got a good voice. It's
So
amazing.
Who is it?
It's the, I don't know what her name is, but it's the black woman. I'll describe what she is.
Is it a pop star? Is she a pop star?
She's a struggling pop star.
No, but is she in real life? Is she a singer?
Don't know.
Okay.
There you got. It's all pretty good performances. The plot it's a bit slow starting off, but once you pick up, you get going.
Is it a good mystery film then?
No,
It's not a mystery film.
no, it's not really a mystery
it's
film.
shame. Damn. I'm really into mystery films after Searching and A Simple Favor.
So, I would recommend it to anyone who wants to
What
watch
would you
it.
give it out of 4?
I'm gonna give it a 5.
No, that's not what I said. I said 4, Sam. Just play the game.
No,
Play
I'm
the
not. You keep
Sam,
changing. You're not changing
Sam.
the numbers
All
on
right,
me.
fine.
This time.
Out of
It's
7. What would you give it out of 7?
Is that a 5?
Out of 7.
5.
Just play the game. Sam, just play the game.
It's my rating scale.
Sam,
I'm giving
you're
it a
sat
5.
there in Man United top. You've got no bargaining power today.
You know what? I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 5.
What were they? 7th last time I checked, so that's why 7. Yeah, we are.
I'm gonna give it a
I'm
4
alright,
out of
I'm
5.
right. No, they're
I'm gonna
7th.
No, but
Still-
like 8th.
Oh, wow, alright. Out of 8, what would you give it?
I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 5.
Oh, okay, boring.
all right. If you
Proper
wanna play
Man
it,
fan,
7 out of 8.
proper Man United fan can't take it.
Seven out
Can't
of
take it. But when he's on top of the leaderboard, when he's on top of the league, though, they love it, don't they? They shit on everyone. When they're
Of course,
eighth,
we
though.
love it when they're on top of the league.
Aye.
Who wouldn't?
Oh yeah, we're always on it. Fuck
Sorry,
off.
when's the last time your team won the Premier League?
I don't support a team.
You did. Who is it?
It
Who is
doesn't
it?
matter anymore.
Who is it?
Cardiff,
No.
the first Prem. for a
No, it
while,
wasn't.
actually.
No, it wasn't.
Plymouth Argyle. They've
No,
never
it
been-
wasn't.
They've never been in the Prem.
Who's the team, Alex?
Right, so I had an idea.
Alex,
for a
I'm not
TV
letting
show.
this go. What's the team?
Ooh, we're peaking.
What's the team?
Hey, right. If Sam just raped your ears, I'm incredibly sorry.
I'm getting angry now. What's the team?
I'm not. I don't have a team.
I'm going to reveal it is Liverpool.
Oh, was it?
Yes, it
No,
was.
it wasn't.
Yes, you said you did.
Nah.
Yes, you did, Alex.
Nah.
We haven't won a league
Never.
since 1990.
1990.
That's 28 years
They
ago.
haven't been 8 for a while, though.
Yes, they were. It was 8, like
I don't
3
know.
seasons ago.
There we are. I'd know that if I was a Liverpool fan, wouldn't I?
You said you
There we
don't
are.
support them anymore.
Case in point, right? Last time I followed football was 2014.
When Liverpool failed to win the Premier League on the last day.
I don't know. I can't even remember that.
Yeah, we did.
I
Lol.
was only doing it because I was trying to make friends in business class.
Tough luck you didn't make friends.
I did. I keep getting time hop memories on Facebook of me and having selfies in business class. So I must have made some friends. Either way, yeah, the idea I had for a TV show, so it's a lot like
Terrible.
it's basically Idiot Abroad, right? But with the stag, because I thought it was so outrageous.
Terrible.
No, it was so outrageous, Sam. Like did you not watch my Snapchats?
I did not. I don't go on Snapchat.
Oh, you missed. You would have saw him dive off of that diving board, arse naked.
Why would I want to watch that?
There was something he kept going, Jono. I don't know what it is, Jono. Like he kept we all kept saying Jono. If we got lost, we'd say Jono. Anyway, I think it'd be an amazing TV show. Everyone we interacted with agreed that our group, especially him at the helm of it, would make a great show.
So he's gonna like marry your sister,
And then we're gonna
get divorced.
So
then go
4
bang,
episodes.
he
I'm gonna
reproposes.
try and make 4 episodes, right? Try and get 4 episodes. They don't even have to be good budgets. They just have to fly us out somewhere, stick us in a scatty hotel, and give us a budget for booze for the weekend. That's all they've got to do. We're laughing, mate.
You just want a free holiday.
To be honest with you, it was so fun, but at the same time, one of the most stressful experiences of my life.
you were a medic, so you had to take care of everyone's
No,
ails. Or you
I got
faced-
my hand on a first aid kit once, and there was absolutely no point doing anything because Daniel, the stag, he got a friction burn and effectively burnt half his big toe off. And he was still going out in the evenings and just sliders with no socks on. He's fractured his ankle. He fucking trooped through it.
Out there.
Yeah. We just found him and his ankle was like broken. we lost him for like a minute.
When is the wedding?
In a month.
Oh no, that's not real. That's not good.
He's now ill. I wouldn't be surprised if he had like septicemia or something from the pool. And his mouth is constantly bleeding because he's caught something out there in his mouth. He is a destroyed man. He is a wrecked man. And I think the journey of getting to that point was so surreal. It felt like I was watching it through a telly screen. It did not feel like I was there.
Has he been to a hospital?
Yeah, he's gone to see the nurse today. I'll give you an update next week. But yeah, it would be an amazing telly show. The thing is with Carl Pilkington, I love it to bits. But when you find out that he's acting for most of it,
Is he?
yeah.
I didn't watch it.
Oh, if you watched
I like
it.
Carl Pilkington on the Ricky Gervais show.
Yeah,
not
he's
anything else.
acting. He's an actor. Yeah, his character he's an actor, which is quite devastating, isn't it?
I wanted to believe someone was truly that stupid out in the world.
Well, you know who is the stag. he's
That's
such
'cause
he's
That's
such
'cause
a good laugh, man.
they're
Real life,
drunk.
yeah, but real life people are amazing. I think my uncle knows a guy, a cameraman who makes documentaries and stuff. I might try and pilot it. I might make a pilot of it.
Why don't you? Why?
I think it'd be absolutely.
When do you believe reality shows? I never believe them anymore.
Oh no, I didn't think it was that kind of reality show. It's like following a guy around on holiday with a camera. It's still funny though. You know, one of my best quotes. Why would you go visit the Great Wall of China? You know, well, it goes on for miles and miles. So does the M5. Absolutely amazing. It's comedy gold, regardless of what
Because
you think about that.
the Great Wall of China is like, it was built to keep out the Mongol
Yeah,
army.
but just
But
that,
the
that's
Mongol
not
army
the
just
point.
went around it.
The point is that Carl Pilkington just didn't understand that he just saw it as a big wall. Like that's how there was an episode where they let him decide his holiday. So obviously this is a guy who's been to Machu Picchu. He's been to the pyramids of Giza and stuff. He's done.
They want to go to like Suffolk or something.
He went to like a Butlins. He went to he went to a caravan. He got a static caravan. And they let him choose everything. He chose his own dinner. He had beans on toast. He went and
So
sat in the
boring.
pub and watched the show for an hour, and then went home to bed. That's what he did. That's the holiday he
He's so
chose.
boring.
But it was an act. See, that's
It
the
might
thing.
not be though.
It was. He's
Is
got
it confirmed?
he's got a new comedy show coming out.
Is it confirmed?
It's not confirmed, but I think confirmed as in he's got a new show coming out, which is him acting himself in a scripted show. And he's exactly the same, but the show is scripted, so it just kind of tells you, doesn't it? You know, if he's
Well, it
exactly
doesn't,
the
because
same.
his comedy may be from just himself. You know.
I don't think I'm not a big believer.
I think.
He's an actor. He's improv. He's an improv comedian, but I do not believe for a second that is him every day of his life. I think when the camera gets rolling, that's him.
Even on the Ricky Gervais show, where he's relatively unknown.
Yeah, I think Ricky Gervais decided to do it because he realised the potential talent in Carl Pilkington as a comedian with the improv side of things. So a lot of it is improv.
He's a legend, though.
He is.
Do not
he's
break
great.
the
I'm
legend
not
of Carl
taking anything
Pilkington.
away from him. I think he's brilliant. Honestly, he's one of my favourite comedians.
Part of the air of the myth that is Carl Pilkington is that he's real.
Okay, right.
You can't
Yeah,
take
you know
that
what?
mythos away from
This
him, Alex.
none of this happened. Get the Men in Black dildo flashy thingy. We'll do that. Right, Sam, you said you had a question for me.
Okay, if all of the hair on your head migrated to somewhere else in your body, where would you prefer it to go? You can't shave it.
My legs.
That's very hairy legs.
Yeah, but they're evenly split then, isn't it?
Doesn't have to be evenly split. It
And I can
just
hide my
goes
legs.
in the.
I can hide my legs.
It goes in the hairstyle.
I can hide that. Just put trousers on. Innit? We live in the UK. We don't wear shorts. That.
But when you're having
That's all right. That's all right. Your legs aren't really the sexiest bit about you, are they? No one looks at my legs and goes, "They're sexy." Look and go, "Fucking hell, eat a bit more,
fuck,
man."
they're short.
No, they go, "Eat a bit more, man." I haven't got short legs. I've got short everything, Sam. Everything's proportionate.
Apart from your head, it's really long.
Says you, do you got a head like a bowling ball? Fucking
It's not long.
size 8 bowling ball.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! He's getting triggered, you.
Yeah, yeah. I'm just saying, man. I don't look like a big old blob of dough, but that's just me. Look, I'm quite proportionate. I'm short, but everything, like my feet are short. My legs are short. My fingers are short. Actually, yeah, it looks alright, doesn't it? It matches the rest of me. The biggest thing is my nose. The biggest thing is my nose. I get that my nose is big.
Yeah, and he reads the Torah and goes to Sabbath every Saturday.
I do.
Mm.
Yeah.
Purely
Beat
kosher,
my
his
wife
boys.
So is that the question?
Basically, yeah.
Oh, I'm very underwhelmed, Sam.
I thought it was a good
Where would you
question.
put it?
Chest.
On your chest? What,
Fucking
in that
manly.
hairstyle?
Yeah, fucking manly, right
Like
there.
David Hasselhoff?
Right in the middle.
Nice. Fair one.
My Halloween costume would be better then, because I'd actually have the hair.
Oh, yes. That's a good point. The newest trailer for the war stories of Battlefield 5 has dropped in the last
Haven't
couple
seen
of
it.
hours.
Battlefield 5 is gay. Call of Duty for the win!
I am not going to touch Battlefield 5 at all. I've watched this trailer. I was sat there. I did not. You're meant to get excited for trailers, aren't you? I was sat there
Yes.
with I was like, straight as face. I just could not get into it.
Remember
They-
Battlefield 1? Boom,
Yeah.
boom, boom,
But
boom.
that felt cool though. But now they're taking the same thing. They haven't listened to anyone, and they're doing the war stories again. They're not doing one campaign. They're splitting it up again, just in World War Two. Which I say they haven't listened to anyone. Obviously, development would have started before all this feedback would have come in. But however, why would you go full throttle with a game that you feel like isn't going to work because people are complaining about the first game you made exactly the same way? The graphics engine looks the same. The character models look the same.
And
You
plus
know-
everyone's against the new character models, amputee women in World War Two.
And the thing is, as well, I think it's an alternate World War Two, but they're selling it
I
as
don't
in
like that.
the untold stories of World War Two. That's how they sold it in this trailer. Whereas in other respects, they've said it's an alternate World War Two. Like, which one is it, man?
I don't want an alternate World War Two. I want World War Two.
Yeah,
I want
would-
if I'm
Wolfenstein's a good alternate World War Two.
that's after the math of World War Two, isn't it?
The
It's
older
not
ones, I think.
changing World War Two. It changes that Nazis win. That's it.
Yeah.
That's basically all it changes, really.
Big change, yeah.
talk
It's a
about-
really big change, Sam.
Tip about the World War Ones. There's a movie today showing up view right now, actually, and I'm pretty depressed I didn't get tickets for it. It's Peter Jackson's.
You should have went. Why didn't you ask Craig?
I did. He said no.
Oh.
£15 ticket.
Mate, I would have come, like, but I'm severely tired.
There's no tickets left this morning when I was going to buy it,
Oh, really?
and yeah, it's one night only.
Wow.
That's such a bad business model.
No, because look how many tickets they sold. And how much, there must have been, for all you know, they could have been showing that in so many different screenings. That's a lot of tickets, £15.
Yeah, but World War One. Yeah, this is the centenary. They should have released it
I think
countrywide.
I think they didn't do it marketing wise. I think they did it just for the sake of doing it.
And Peter Jackson, his reputation needs a big hit.
So is this a new film then that he's made?
Yeah, this is about he's renewed footage from World War One.
Oh, is he?
Yeah,
Oh, lovely.
so we see stories from first-hand perspective of soldiers. But then
That's really
again,
cool.
someone said on the internet most World War One films are reenacted, not during it.
Yeah, a
Just
lot of
so we
them.
have
A lot of them are.
documentary.
I think there's one. I was talking about the other day. There's I cannot for the life of me I can't remember where or when. But there was the miners, the battle miners dug into the German trench, and they were going to set all these explosives off to collapse, obviously the Germans.
Yeah.
But then they were setting up. They were like the British cameraman were like, no, we want to record this. And obviously cameras were huge and unwieldy beasts back then. So obviously they marched this huge camera and camera crew out to no man's land, and the Germans were looking. And they obviously thought they're filming something, and they all left the trench. They left the trench. Right, it took them 10-minute delay for the Canadians. I think it's Canadians to advance. At 10-minute delay, the Germans got out of the trench, they blew it up, and then got back into it. And then they defended it, and they pushed them back. Every single one of them died. Not one person survived in that company, because they recorded that. I think that's one of the only pieces of footage I can vouch for that was filmed at the time at a great cost.
Yeah.
But the ones of them going over the trenches as well, a lot of them were made at home after the fact and stuff.
Peter Jackson, while reading whether this film is actually in cinemas, which it should be, and it's not, is making a Halo film. Did you actually know that?
Peter Jackson's working on a Halo movie?
Yeah,
I know it's a Halo TV show.
but he's making a movie.
When was that confirmed?
He's working on it with Bungie and Microsoft.
Bungie don't own it no more.
But it's Bungie and Microsoft he's doing it with.
Oh, I think this is one of those very old rumors. So now it's changed. They've changed into a TV show with Steven Spielberg directing it, with 343 and Microsoft, because Bungie sold all rights to Halo back to Microsoft, who then
That's where the problems started.
and then, yeah, basically, who then created 343, which is named after a character in Halo, 343 Guilty Spark, to specifically just work on Halo. So this whole development team section of Microsoft works on flagship Halo.
Are they different from... Do they hire the same developers and writers from Bungie to make it for 343?
See, there's a lot of mix and match. You got some returning, mostly to do musical scores.
That's the problem, because they don't have the same passion for the series.
Well,
the creators
they
have.
are very driven, but it was an established series with a look that people obviously fell in love with. And when they got it, they thought, right, we want to not reboot it. They carried on the story, but they rebooted it.
Yeah.
So they carried on the story. But like, no, I hate to make this comparison, but like new Star Wars, I hate to make that comparison. Yeah, but you know what I mean. They got it. You know, obviously there's people who, well, you like to think it was people who like Star Wars. We know they don't now.
No,
but
Ryan Johnson probably hated it.
Yeah, they've continued the story, but they've changed the look of it, and a lot of people haven't liked it. Personally, I'm not too fussed. I love Halo for what it is.
It's kind of like me with Saints Row. I was actually looking at the Saints Row, the fall of Saints Row. Saints Row 2 is the peak of probably one of my favourite games of all time.
Well, they say
they went ridiculous.
Halo 3 to Halo Reach was the peak of that series, and I definitely agree. Though my favourite is ODST or Halo 2, which are both... ODST is the spin-off of Halo 2, so that says that part of the story is amazing. It's like the height of the Human Covenant War. It's amazing. You really should look at it, even though whether you're into it or not.
Pro gamer, gamers rise up.
No, but the whole story of Halo is absolutely phenomenal. It's so rich. It's amazing. I have only over the last 2 years really got into it.
Does it have pogs?
No.
Well, then it's not as rich as Star Wars. I'm sorry.
It's got grunts. But they're cool. No, I say I've only just got into like the expanded universe of it, and I've been reading the books and stuff. You know, it is it's phenomenal, man. It's amazing. But yeah, Steven Spielberg's working on the TV show, which is now just come out of pre-development. I think they're casting as we speak.
I was watching a video on Star Wars earlier about why Obi-Wan is the only Jedi who could really beat General Grievous.
Obi-Wan is the only Jedi we need to worry about.
Because General Grievous, his computer, worked out the fighting styles of a Jedi and used it against them. So if like Yoda is all flipping about and all that,
yeah,
he'd work out the trajectory of a jump and just put his lightsaber in. Yoda would cut in half. He'd use Mace Windu's Napad, that's what his fighting style's called, against him, because he uses darkness, he uses dark side forces
he's
to
like
fight.
a grey Jedi, isn't
Mace. He's basically a dark side Jedi.
Okay.
And then
Yeah.
Obi-Wan Kenobi uses the training one they used to train Jedis. He never really changed from a defensive counter-strike position, so you can't use a defensive thing against the Jedi. Well, against them, you can't use it. You can't really turn his defense.
So he just uses vanilla, does he?
Basically, yeah.
Oh.
He's chin, chin, chin. You'd notice he's very defensive. You know, in the Anakin Skywalker fight, he's always on the back foot.
That's a good point, actually, because I always thought he looked like he was always losing, but he always ended up winning.
Yeah.
So I get that. He'd always win with a
laid back.
Not
Let them tire yourselves out on the attack.
No, he'd always win. His winning blow would always be
the high ground.
an answer to their attack, wouldn't it? It'd always be a defensive strike.
The high ground as well.
Yeah, well, yeah. So Anakin jumped and went to attack him, killed him that way. Grievous, same way. Yeah, you know what I mean. No, like, beat him. Grievous, same way. Went to attack.
He beat two enemies from the low ground.
And the same with Darth Maul as well. It was a defensive attack, and he killed him with it. So, well, beat him, not killed him, cut him in half, and he got spider legs afterwards. But yeah, I think that's what. Yeah, I agree with that. See, Star Wars. We're back to Star Wars again. Always happens. I don't mind though. I like it.
You learned something new.
Right. Did we have anything else to talk about? I don't think we did.
I spent £54 on Domino's over the weekend.
Nice.
That's 3 large pizzas, 2 garlic breads, 3 cookies. That's amazing.
You know, I'm really hungry actually.
I'm gonna go to Co-op after this. Join me.
Oh yeah, wheel.
Joining the dark side.
Actually, I don't know if I will. I've got food in the house. I don't.
Let's just have a look around.
I don't really want to spend money. I want to go to sleep.
Join the dark
Like I
side.
said, I'm running off.
Come
Probably
on.
running off 32 hours now of being awake. 3 hours of that has been sleep, just free on an airbed that deflated in the night, which is great. Right, so bit of news. Our radio show is starting up this week or next week. So what we are going to do while we are broadcasting on air, we're also going to film it, and we're going to stick it on the Facebook page, which you can find. Just go to Spoiler Alert on Facebook. It won't be put on YouTube. Obviously, copyright law. We'll be playing music. So if you're a music fan and you just want to just chill out, listen to us talk shit, and listen to music with us, you can just hit us up on the Facebook page. It's going to be nothing like in depth. We're not going to be talking like we do on the podcast. It will be like a radio show basically. We were going to. I think we talked about this slightly. We were going to do a late night show because we had a lot more freedom on the station, but for whatever reason we've been
allocated a day slot.
Yeah, we've been allocated a day slot of commercial radio. We say, damn them, we're going to do it our way.
Yes, we're not playing any of the new Vapid Pop.
Unless we like it, though, because I do like
Unless
some
we like it. Unless it's Kanye West or Liam Gallagher, I said, remember?
Well, the thing is as well, it's we were talking about this. It's annoying because we're so limited now. We'll have to censor the music ourselves if it's something we bring in from an artist we like that's not on the system. We're going to have to go through it. We're going to have to censor it. So it's going to be a lot of work now. But yeah, so if that all goes well, we're going to be putting that on the Facebook. So follow us on that as well. Yeah, there's not much else to say about that. I'm done. I'm good to go. Go watch A Star Is Born. Go watch Bad Times at the El Royale. Titanic 2.
Don't watch that if you.
I'm going to watch it. I'm going to tell my girlfriend it's a very interesting film.
Say it's
and
like
then use it
better than the first.
Use it as a precursor for sex. Oh, this is so bad, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, I'm just going to reach over here. I'm joking. I don't have a girlfriend. I do have a girlfriend. I just don't want to. I don't know which one is going to be better now. Me joking about sex or me joking about not having a girlfriend now on air.
Don't worry, guys. He's a virgin either way.
Either way. You know what, Sam? Can you edit that out for me? That whole section.
Why?
You can keep this bit in because I want people to think, what's he edited out? But can you just edit out that whole joke bit?
Why?
Can you do that? Because I just don't want the grief.
Alright, I'll edit it out.
Thank you very much. Oh, you're still listening? Okay, I've been Alex. Thank you for listening to Spoiler Alert. We'll catch you next week. I've been joined with
Sam
Jones. Make sure you hit us up on Twitter, that guy _Alex, and Spoiler Alert
71.
71. Ciao.